What's up YouTube? So I'm at the base Borden Military Museum with my wife and baby, and we're going to be checking out some of the cool stuff they got here. So far we're in the weapon room, the Armory. We got lots of cool guns and stuff to look at. Lots of military pieces. I don't even know what that is. Some bullets over here. So we'll just go through the museum and I'll get some footage of some of the cooler stuff for you to see. That's a cool gun right there. That's like a Gatling gun, looks like. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Looks like we got a nice sniper scope over here.
Number is 38042.
It's a pretty interesting looking handgun. Like which one?
This one looks like the one the Terminator used.
Oh, it was a shotgun in the Terminator, I think. The first Terminator, anyway. Looks like some Uzi action. Man, I don't know nothing about guns, but they're still pretty cool. Look at these things. Look at the size of Eleanor, and then look at these guns. Jeez, they're huge. So here's a gun right here that's had its side cut off so you can see the inside of the gun. That's pretty cool. So over here we got some bomb equipment, bomb removal equipment, disposal. Pretty cool stuff. And then getting into the main part of the museum, we got lots and lots of vehicles, starting with trucks here. And looks like some tank cannons going on the wall, and some motorcycles. We'll check that out. This one looks like a tow truck. These things are huge.
Oh, it's a first aid vehicle.
Some motorcycle here. This is a 1942 Harley Davidson. I don't know what this is. Is that it's not a clock. Maybe it is. What's that say?
This is how employers would time the signing in and out of their pay.
Oh wow. A punch clock. That's crazy. I got another motorcycle here. This one's a British Triumph, 1956. Pretty cool. Holy moly. This is the amphibious truck she was telling us about. In the front. Holy moly.
The both land and water vehicle.
Land and water. Give this one a deeper look here. Man, this thing is long. It's supposed to have a propeller in the back, I think. There's a winch. Oh, there we go. Holy cow. That's pretty big. Looks like we got another motorcycle over here, and this one's a 1995 Kawasaki, used to train motorcycle drivers as dispatch riders. It's pretty cool. Look at this car. It's like a Model T Ford cargo truck. Not my type of thing, but I'm sure a lot of people will think this is really cool. It's in nice shape. Some military uniforms. And this is a, wow, this is a World War I horse-drawn wagon.
Model T.
Wow.
It's one that you have to wind up to get to start.
Yeah, so I was just showing the camera. Oh, look, there's the engine.
It's crazy.
So you had to wind this up to start it. That'd be pretty bad on a day when it's minus 20 out.
1923. Look at how skinny the wheels are.
I know, right? They're like motorcycle wheels. You're being so good, Eleanor. Thank you. It looks like over here we got all kinds of food, preserved food. Oh my god, that looks awful. Look, cheese spread, apricot jam, sweetened condensed milk. Oh, Scary.
Instant coffee up there.
Scary. Instant orange. Oh, and there's some food packs, it looks like, over
You
there.
can't even read.
Maple nut cake, applesauce, potato patty, pork sausage patty. This is making me hungry, actually.
Chocolate cookies.
So it looks like in World War I, if you needed food, you wanted to see one of these things. A World War I 250-man mobile field kitchen, drawn by horse. Looks like it's got stuff to get food hot. That is pretty crazy. It's kind of hard to imagine much stuff getting horse-drawn. Even though I'm from Montreal and we had them for tourists on the streets, it's like, wow. This is an oven. This is pretty cool here to have a collection of tanks, model tanks. What is this thing? I guess it's like a little trailer of some kind. Looks pretty heavy duty. That's pretty heavy duty. I wonder what that was for. Oh, here's a tank right here. This thing looks like a little beast. This is World War I French Renault tank, 1918. 7 tons. That is cool. And got another big tank over here. What's that one, babe?
It's a PC armored vehicle with 50 caliber machine gun attached.
Wow. So what do we got here?
It's a 1905 Army General Service Wagon. It was restored and funded by the Royal Canadian Armed Service Corps Officers Association. And it was a World War I horse-drawn cart used to carry supplies.
Wow, it's pretty shiny. Don't ever take for granted the ambulance that comes to pick you up these days. Look at this thing.
This is what they used in the First and Second World War.
Wow.
A wheeled stretcher.
What year is this fire truck?
It's a 1951 Nickel Seagrave Limited. It was built in Woodstock, Ontario.
Oh, built in Canada. Look at that. Looks like the doctor's in.
That's just great.
This chair looks a little scary. To be honest, this entire truck looks like something out of a horror movie. I'm sure they performed a lot of life-saving miracles here, but just looks a little bit too creepy for comfort. What do we got here? The water trailer. Always need water. It's like a portable fire extinguisher of a large variety.
Very large variety.
Pipeline strainers models.
Perhaps somebody else is confused.
Oh my goodness, this snowmobile doesn't look very aerodynamic.
The Moncave Bombarder.
What year is that?
It doesn't actually say. It just says it's a dual track, single speed.
Wow. And what do we got here? This looks like a little mini tank. Carrier cargo light.
Limited Montreal over snow vehicle powered by Volkswagen engine. 2 front and rear tracks connected together.
1959. Look at the size of this
Holy
tank.
crap.
This, wow. T-55 AM2B armored tank, 1989. Wow.
That thing is a beast.
I'm gonna get some, oh, this one had its side cut out too, so you can see in. She told us about this at the front. Look how small it is in there.
Oh my
What is that for? A child? Wow. Wow.
Who would willingly sit in that thing?
That is just unreal.
What are you sorry for?
Wow, here's with the side on, but you can see the cutout here inside. Well, it looks like the turret operator had a little bit more space. That is really something else. Wow, that is pretty badass. This looks like a pretty cool little vehicle. It looks like a little mini
Armored car, also called the Ferret Scout car.
ferret. Wow, it's so small. Oh, United Nations, Canada.
It goes 58 miles per hour.
Oh wow, that's pretty fast. 58 mpg or mph.
And
So,
Rolls Royce motor in it.
wow. Got some more old tanks here. This one's 1958 prototype. Looks pretty simple by tank standards, but wow, it's still pretty huge.
Bolts on this thing.
This thing looks old. Which year?
World War II Canadian tank.
1941. 32 tons. I think a ton is like 2,000 pounds. Look at the size of the screws. Flathead screwdriver. Yeah, right. That's crazy.
It would have a crew of 5 to 6 in there.
Here's another one. What year is this? Self-propelled artillery. Crew of 6. Second World War. This thing is just massive. Man. Look at that. Another tank here. It's pretty cool. Some tank tracks. Look at this thing. It's got front tires like a truck and then tank treads in the back and some serious gunnage going on there.
Called the half-track vehicle.
Half-track.
Twin cal machine guns on turntable and rear deck. So it can go all the way around.
Cool.
360.
This tank is pretty cool looking. This is
The
a
smaller ones.
1941 Canadian Valentine tank, built by the Canadian Pacific Railway in Montreal. I like how it's like low profile compared to the other tanks. Looks like the sports car of tanks.
World War II British Vickers tank with twin machine guns.
Wow, the treads on this one look incredibly old school. Wow, look at them cracking away. Whoa, man. Wow, the old phone switchboard, telephone magneto switchboard, 70 line. Do not touch. The chemicals in your skin will destroy cloth and etch metal surfaces. Do not touch. It's pretty cool. And over here you got a standard transmission from a World War II Churchill tank. And over here you got a 12-cylinder tank engine. Wow. A little bit bigger than the motor you'd find in your car. And this is a Franklin 6-cylinder opposed air-cooled model. This fitted in Bell helicopters. Interesting. I don't know if I'd want to get in a helicopter with this thing. as the power source. Over here we got a 1950 British Rolls-Royce V8 engine. And this one is from a Willys Jeep 1957. And you can cut it out so you can see the air filter, and that is pretty cool. What's this? RCE ME workshop display. This is the HMCS Collingwood K180 model.
I've seen this boat.
Oh yeah?
Close.
I can't see with the glare. Got some old stuff here, and Jackie noticed I got a little New Testament Bible down there. Plain cover. Can never go wrong with God. We got a map here with all the military bases in Canada. There's more than I thought there was. Pretty spread out. Got some variety of different uniforms up for display. Pretty cool. Is it true women like men in uniforms?
Yes. Especially military uniforms.
Some cool model airplanes. Oh, what's this? Radio of some
This is the one
kind.
where you can climb up in the cockpit. Get up here.
And they have so many airplane models here. It's a little dark in this room, but as you can see, it's quite the collection. It's even darker back here. Look at these big ones. Well, there's no label for this wall of machines. Station 1, 2, 3, 4. This is obviously, I guess, some type of communications planning machinery, computer. This looks like the cutout of a cockpit right here. Let's see if there's a sign for this one. This is a Canadian two-door CT 114 primary fight trainer. This is a lot of the stuff from the war that got brought back home. I guess spoils of war, you could say. A lot of really cool things in here. There's a plate from Ukraine.
See, like the Christmas setup there with the looks like mitts, and there's cranberries and honey.
Wow. This man is very well known, the head of the enemy, Adolphe Hitler. So here's a bust of him taken from Germany. Yeah, pretty creepy dude. A really old gas mask. Father and 3 sons all served in the military. Violin was purchased by fellow soldiers who heard that he played the violin. Cool. Looks like we got lots more uniforms. There's a horse saddle. Old newspapers. An old Remington typewriter. We're almost done, Ollie. That's a little crazy. They got the bling helmets going on here. 1920, wow. So last but not least, we're coming up to the jet that we're actually allowed to climb up into. So just thought I'd give you a view around it first. It's pretty big. You would not want to be standing here if it was on, that's for sure. Looks like here's one of the Falcon missiles. Battery, electrical supply, angular rate sensor, rotary transfer switch, and then a whole bunch of circuits, and then argon gas supply, infrared seeker, some technical stuff. Here's the seat for the plane. Wouldn't want to eject out of that either. So Jackie's sitting here in the plane. I've already had my turn, and just a little look at the inside of the cockpit. She was talking about how overwhelming it would be to just keep track of everything. But I really don't think you need to keep track of everything all at once.
Like, there's your emergency lever, so when you are shit out of luck, that's your pull button. And I can't even tell you what half of these are, but it is insane. I know this one's altitude. This one turns your feet, pressure, fuel. That's your oxygen regulation. Obviously down here where my feet are, you would have your pedals. And then you have your trigger where you missile. And there's also a trigger to fire. And this is your little view that you get out the window while you're trying to keep track of all of this and fire and stay alive. That's pretty insane to me.
And last but not least, we have the Chapel of St. Michael the Archangel. Feels very calming in here. You can never go wrong with Jesus. He's always there for you. Well, that's it for our little tour today, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and catch you next time.